that sounds completely unbelievable, but is entirely true.
After what happened in my house last night, I decided it's my turn to stitch this. Unusual, paranormal, unexplainable things are not really strange things to happen to the women in my family on my mom's side, myself included. I do think I'm the only one of us women, though, that has had things happen to them consistently throughout my life instead of just a period of my life. And through desensitization over the years, I'm typically not freaked out anymore when things happen. Like, I don't get surprised by things as often or scared. But last night, I got fucking scared. I had been up really late and I decided to take a very late bath. I'd been in there for a long time as well, just chilling, you know, enjoying the peace and quiet. It was dead silent in my house. The kids had been sleeping for a long time. I get out of the bathtub and it's 3 o'clock in the morning, to give you an idea of how late it was. It was 3 in the morning. And then just to give you guys like a visual of where things are happening in the house, from my living room, you go down your typical sized hallway, and then on one side of the hallway is my children's bedrooms, the other side is my bedroom, and then adjacent to those bedrooms at the end of the hallway is a bathroom. So after I get done with my bath, I get out and I start to feel really, really weird. My heart started racing for no reason. I started to feel very nauseous. I was sweating and I felt dizzy as well. And I don't think it was the bath water because I had been in there so long that it had cooled down, and I didn't really feel hot when I got out. And I did check my blood pressure, and like it normally is, it was fine. It was normal, completely normal. I don't know why I was feeling like that, but I was. So I decided to lay down on my bed for a little bit. My bedroom door was open. It was raining. I was laying there trying to calm my body down, listening to the rain outside. And you know how from the inside of your house, the rain outside sounds muffled, right? Well, all of a sudden, from what I believe is happening at the front of my house, by the front door, the rain starts to sound louder, as if somebody had opened my front door. So I grab my pew-pew and I go to investigate. And I don't go all the way into the living room. I stay at the end of the hallway and peek around to look at the front door. And there was nobody there, thankfully. I was freaked out still. I mean, like, it was a freaky situation when you think somebody's, you know, intruding in your home at 3 o'clock in the morning after you've just gotten out of the bathtub and aren't even completely dressed yet. So anyway, after I see that clearly nothing's going wrong, I turn around to go put the pew-pew back in the safe. And as soon as I turn around, I see the light flick on from underneath that bathroom door at the end of the hallway, and I hear the toilet flush. And I know I heard the toilet flush because I immediately think it's strange and go open the bathroom door. And the reason I thought that was strange is because I'm a step away from my children's bedroom doors, which are loud, like they stick, and I didn't hear them open, I didn't hear them shut. And if my children had gotten themselves out of bed, I would have heard them. They have bunk beds and they hop down. I would have heard it. So that's why I thought it was so strange. So yeah, I opened the bathroom door and there's nobody fucking in there. The toilet is draining. It's like going down, you know, all that. It had been flushed. Absolutely, it had been flushed. And I saw that light flick on, but nobody's in there. And I'm trying to make sense of this for some reason, because I mean, come on, what the hell, right? Something's not paying bills around here, but turning my lights on at 3 o'clock in the morning. But I'm still trying to make sense of it. I'm still trying to be a logical, level-headed thinker, and I go and I open my children's bedroom doors, and at first sight, you can tell they'd been asleep for a long time. If they hadn't, they probably would have jumped up just for me to open the door. But I still had called their names just in case, to ask them, like, hey, did you just go to the bathroom? Even though if they had, obviously, I would have seen them come out the bathroom when I opened the door. That didn't make sense, but I mean, like, I'm just like tripping over myself trying to make sense of this in my head, because I was so freaked out, because what the motherfuck, right? I mean, 3 o'clock in the damn morning and this shit's happening, and I'm already freaked out about the door crap, even though it was nothing, it still freaked me out. I'm still trying to calm down about that. I'm still trying to calm my body down from whatever the heck was making me feel like nauseous and stuff. It freaked me the fuck out. I don't know what the hell. But yeah, it's not the first time something like this has happened. When I was little, I used to have this thing that I like to call the little shit that would, at random times in my childhood, with quite a bit of force, would grab a piece of my hair, like the nape of my neck, and yank my head back. Always the same spot. I haven't had that happen in a long time. And then, like, around the time I was 17, you know, we all know how rough those teenage days are. I was very private. I wouldn't talk to my parents about things and stuff. I internalized everything. I was self-harming. I had suicidal ideation. They didn't have a clue because I didn't share it at all with anyone. And like I have heard so many other people on TikTok describe, I had this thing that I called Chief manifest. I've heard a lot of people on TikTok describe him as the Hat Man, and he usually shows up in times where you're going through some sort of trauma or like a state of like severe depression and stuff like that. So yeah, after hearing some people's theories about what that is, like he was freakishly tall. Like I said, he didn't have a hat, but he was just 7-8 foot tall shadow man. I'm not the only one that saw him. My then boyfriend, now ex-husband, used to see him as well. My grandmother saw him once. I had never spoken about him to her before. Yeah, I think he was just there leeching off of my pain and sadness. Like hearing other people's theories, that makes sense to me because he never helped me, but he was never like there to hurt me either. So I think he was just being a user. I ended up eventually later in life, after I had my first 2 children, sending him away, like under, you know, my authority given to me by God, and in the name of the Son, you gotta go and not come back. And I haven't seen him since. And then one new thing that happened to me last week, I was FaceTiming my mother, and I look over I'm at the far end of my backyard. I look over, and this tree over here, I had never seen before, besides Chief the Shadow. I had never seen like oh my gosh, I don't even know what this, okay. No offense to anyone, I hope that I don't offend anyone. I'm pretty sure he was a slave because of his clothing. They looked tattered and worn. He had on like a straw hat, and it looked very used. It was beat up. But we made eye contact. Like, he was only there for maybe a couple seconds and he was gone. Like, just dissipated. But, we made eye contact. Like, I think we were both looking at each other with, like, he didn't look sad or anything. Just, like, I think we were just both looking at each other, like, with curiosity. Or, like, he knew something. I don't know. It was very strange. I wasn't freaked out by that, but I was like, huh. I was actually more so, like, awestruck, kind of, because I hadn't had that happen before. Like, where I could actually, like, see it. But other weird stuff is, like, I have crazy good discernment regarding evil people. If you don't believe there's evil people, you've never met one, and you're lucky. I have dreams that come true. I've had lots of those. I could tell stories about those if you're interested. They're interesting. They're not really paranormal, but they're interesting. Unfortunately, I'll know when one of my family members is about to pass away, and that really sucks because I can't do anything about it. So, and then since we've moved down here from Oklahoma, we've moved down to the south. There will be spots we drive around and where I feel, sometimes I hear cries, but most of the time it's just a feeling that I feel. I think it's the pain that the slaves went through down here is what I think it is. But I will feel their pain, their sadness, their hopelessness, and it's so overwhelmingly powerful. My husband will see when it happens too, because it'll just immediately just hit me. I'll be like, ugh, you know, like I have a physical reaction to it because it's so powerfully sad and terrible. So yeah, unexplainable, interesting things. I hope you guys enjoyed this.